Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be giving you a brief overview of some of the tools and services available through the Library of Congress. I'd firstly like to go over a brief history of the institution and its present-day collection. The Library of Congress was founded in the year 1800 when President John Adams signed a bill transferring the seat of government from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, in 1814, invading British troops set fire to the Capitol building, destroying the contents of the library. Former President Thomas Jefferson offered his personal library as a replacement, and in January 1815, Congress accepted Jefferson's offer, purchasing his 6,487 books. From there, the library has grown to encompass more than 162 million items, including 38.6 million cataloged books in 470 languages, over 70 million manuscripts, the largest rare book collection in North America, and the world's largest collection of legal materials, films, maps, sheet music, and sound recordings. Now I'd just like to go through a few of the services provided by the library. I've hyperlinked them here so you can access them as soon as my presentation is over. The Library of Congress offers duplication services. The first step is to identify the materials you'd like a copy of, making sure that you have all of the relevant information like location, format, and availability of the material. And then you're going to submit a request to duplication services, which you can do online or by contacting the Customer Services Center. Most requests can be completed within 2 to 3 weeks, but remember to account for shipping time as well. If it's an original material that requires color corrections or specific care, the duplicate will cost around $50 US, but all other services are $40 and under. Okay, now I'm going to take you through some of the websites, starting with personal archiving services. The Library of Congress offers free online instruction for personal digital preservation and archiving. It covers topics like determining which documents have long-term value, scanning, organization, backing up your digital files, and more. It's a great resource for people that would like to preserve family history and records but don't really know where to get started. Now let's talk about the Ask a Librarian service. Ask a Librarian is a really great service that lets you interact with the librarians in Washington. There are several live chat services available for newspapers and periodicals, American historical collections, and digital reference. You can also email them with any reference questions and they'll reply within 5 business days, or you can call or write to them. The Library of Congress also offers a selection of free catalogers learning workshops. Because of the brevity of this presentation, I'm only going to be talking about RDA, which is Resource Description and Access, and is the new cataloging standard that will replace AACR2. Right now I'm on the main Catalogers Learning Workshop site for the Library of Congress, and I'm just going to click on View All Freely Available RDA. So along the top here, you can see different training programs available. And then we're going to get into these training materials here. And then finally, webcasts. So you can see it's an excellent resource for learning about cataloging standards and how to apply them. So now I'd like to cover the Library of Congress's digital collections and how to perform research within them. We're going to go through their online catalog, and then we're also going to go through the World Digital Library. So this is the Library of Congress online catalog. As you can see, you have the option to browse, or you can do advanced search or a keyword search. But because we're likely going to be using this source for research purposes, I think we'll just go ahead and do the advanced search. So here you can see we have our basic Boolean operators. Over here we have our metadata elements, and as you can see it's a pretty comprehensive list. And then down here you can add limiters. So you can limit by year published or created, location in the library, place of publication, type of material, and language. So let's try doing a search. I'm going to search for Monticello and slavery. And I want Monticello to be my subject, so I'm going to do all subjects. And I think that I would like a book So as you can see here, we have 6 results. We have the option to select our entire list. You can print the entire list, you can save it, you can email it, or you can cite the whole thing, which is a really, really great research tool. So finally, I'd just briefly like to touch on the World Digital Library. The Library of Congress partnered with UNESCO and United Nations Educational to create it, and partners across the globe contribute information. Any library, museum, archive, or other cultural institution can participate. So here we are on the World Digital Library website, and I'm just going to take you through a few of the tools. Now, their search isn't as comprehensive as the Library of Congress. They don't have an advanced search function, but you do have the option to narrow by these limiters over here. And then you have options. You can search by these languages. They actually have pages in all of these languages, so it's really a very great resource. You can match by entire phrase, and you can also do a few Boolean expressions. You also have the option to browse, and they're much better about that. So you can browse by place, time period, topic, type of item, language, or institution. Let's go by place. Let's pick Africa. So as you can see, you have a lot of access to primary source materials, which is really great. Over here, you can look through interactive timelines, which are really cool. Let's do US history. It starts us off in 1625. And then you can just skim through these interactive timelines. So the last thing I want to cover are these interactive maps, and these are really interesting. Let's do Chinese books manuscripts. So these are all primary source materials. Let's pick this one. So I just wanted to click on this to give you guys an idea of the type of content that they have on these. So as you can see, there are a lot of metadata elements and a pretty comprehensive description of the primary source material. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on the Library of Congress resources, and thank you very much for listening.